Okay, so look, the Niners gave all these contracts out. We know the situation they're in. It's not just Brock, it's Ayuk, it's Bosa, it's Trent, it's Christian. They have like 8 guys who are making tons of money. And they decided that they were going to have a youth movement to sort of balance the roster. So the last 2 drafts are filled with players who need to step up. So I'm going to list all the players the Niners took in the last 2 drafts, and we'll go through the guys, see where they're at. Well, let's go one by one, starting last year. Ricky Pearsall, having a good camp, really stepping up. We'll see if he can carry it over and have a full, consistent season. But after missing a few weeks with a hamstring injury, he's been steadily improving.
Yeah, Ricky looks kind of like what I expected he would look like. I still don't think he's a number 1 wide receiver in the NFL, but I think if they can scheme him open, put him in motion, I think he could be solid. And, he looks like a solid, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I agree. And then you got Renardo Green, who really played well last year, but injured his hamstring on like day, I want to say 1 of camp, and is just coming back now. Happens, but it's unclear if he's going to take that next step this year, at least for me.
Yeah, I mean, Jair Brown had a really good, promising rookie season, and then the next year he fell off, right? So anything's possible. I'm hoping that's not the case with Renardo, but Renardo had a good rookie season, and so we'll see what happens this season. He's going to be more important, more on an island. Losing Charvarius Ward, and now Demo steps into CB1. He's going to have to really hold it down. So we'll see what happens. You see this sophomore slump from time to time, and I'm hoping Renardo Green doesn't go through one.
Yeah, Dominic Pooney had a really great first half of last year, by all accounts. Then he said he sort of hit the rookie wall a little bit, hadn't played that much football before. The book got out on him, as that happens in every sport. And now he's sort of working to beat the book, beat the scouting report that's out on him. He talked about that. They're trying new techniques. He was struggling a little bit in the one-on-ones, again, because he's trying new stuff. And then he got injured in the second preseason game, PCL. I'm not saying stock down, but again, it's never a given that it's going to be a steady upward trajectory for young players.
Right. Like you see that sophomore slump, like you saw for Jair, you see it all the time. I don't have no reason to think that that's what's going to happen for Pooney, but it's possible. I'm hoping Pooney continues to be second best lineman on this team like he was last year. So hard to say what's going to happen with him because we haven't seen much from him in this preseason, but I'm not worried about him right now.
And you got Malik Mustafa, who really played well as a rookie, played in 16 games. And then he injured his ACL for the second time, same ACL, and he's going to miss the first few games of the season, most likely. Promising player, but still you got to hold your breath a little bit with that second knee injury. And, injuries are part of the reason the Niners said goodbye to some veterans this offseason. So still some pressure on Malik to bounce back.
I think he will, man. I really like Malik. He's one of my favorite 49ers, one of my favorite from that draft class, one of my favorite before the draft. As long as he's healthy, he's going to be fine. From what I heard, he's going to be back by week 5 at the latest, possibly sooner, but most likely they'll IR him and he'll be back for week 5 against the Rams, I believe, in week 5. I'm excited about Malik. I think he's still a dude. Siegel and Malik combine. Ton of potential there to give me Goldson's and Whitner vibes.
Yeah, I agree
both
with
of them
that.
can hit.
They're very similar to Golson and Whitner in sense, guys who run and hit really hard and should be sound tacklers. Were Golson and Whitner either ball hawks? Golson had his moments, but Whitner wasn't. Absolutely, and they were still really, really good players on great defenses. So I think that's a really good comparison.
Yeah.
I'm all about Malik. Isaac Guerrero. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know what Garendo is. I mean, it's still early. I could be completely wrong, but like we talked about earlier, he's a weapon, big play breaker, not a consistent every down running back. I think for where they got him, and if you look at the draft, everybody we talked about still looks like a pretty good draft. And Isaac Garendo has a role there. It's just not RB1 or RB2. It's a weapon that you can use sparingly.
Yeah, and ideally, you'd like him to be the kick returner too, but he's been having some issues on special teams. Jacob Cowing pulled his hamstring for like the 3rd time this offseason. He showed some promise at times, but again, guys like this, third, fourth round picks, they really do need to be on the field practicing to get better, and he hasn't been able to do that.
I mean, a handful of times we got to see Jacob Cowling play wide receiver for the 49ers. He looked
Look
good.
good. Yeah, he looked good.
Problem is he's been injured
Yep.
quite a bit. So who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, he might have the kind of career where he gets healthy and comes out of nowhere and becomes a contributor.
Yep.
But so far, he's always injured. And how do you even judge him? You know?
Yeah, Jarrett Kingston's gone, and then finally Tatum Bethune, 7th round pick. I like him. I feel like he's a guy that is going to end up starting for them at some point.
I think that draft class is pretty damn good, even where we're at right now. I mean, we'll see more this year, but that draft class is pretty solid, man. It sounds like they have a few hits on there at minimum. So
yeah,
they could be a really good draft class looking back.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this year, Mykel Williams just been hurt 3 times, still hurt. Could end up being a hell of a player, only 21 years old, but I think they were hoping that he could hit the ground running and be a big part of their defense immediately. I don't know if he can do that. We'll see.
Yeah, man, this whole draft class is interesting, man, because I just haven't been able to see them. You've seen a lot more of them than I have, Upton Stout.
Preseason game though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to watching Mykel. I'm not going to make any decisions on him until I see him. He hyperextended his knee. I'm sure he's going to be there for week 1, so I'll be able to judge him fully this season. But I like what I heard about him early on. Again, not much to say on a guy I haven't been able to see though.
You got Alfred Collins, missed the first part of the offseason, was holding out, I guess, like all the second round picks were around the league. Got his deal, showed up for camp, hasn't missed any time, hasn't gotten hurt. But he's really not in the same shape that he was in last year in Texas. I don't think he's going to start. He will play because the Niners are pretty thin on the D line, particularly D tackle. But I don't know that he's necessarily in shape to play more than 20 snaps a game right now. So that's Alfred Collins.
I haven't really been impressed. I mean, his physical stature is impressive, but nothing really on tape has impressed me that much yet with Alfred Collins. Again, I think the main thing for him, and I don't know how easy it is to teach. It seems easy enough to get your pad level down, but a lot of people say that that's actually hard to teach. It's not, if it's not natural for a player. Sometimes they never learn how to do that, but I think that's the main thing he needs to learn how to do. And if he can figure it out, he's got the size and athleticism and strength, especially after going into his second year. So Alfred Collins may be the kind of player that we see more from his sophomore season. One of those players that needs to learn what he needs to do, how to get his pad level down. So he may not be a huge contributor this season. He may be a guy that we see more of next year.
These first 2 picks are a little concerning because I love Robert Saleh, but they're Robert Saleh picks, and he's got a little bit of a spotty track record on the D line. I mean, Solomon Thomas and Javon Kinlaw come to mind. And to me, there are similarities between Mykel and Solomon Thomas in the sense that both are kind of tweeners. Are they DNs? Are they D tackles? Yes and yes. And those players are valuable. Eric Armstead. But do you really want to take that guy that high in the draft, or would you rather just take a guy who's really good at something as opposed to solid at a couple of things? That's one. And then Alfred Collins is very much like Javon Kinlaw. Big dude. What do you notice? What do you say? What do people say about Javon Kinlaw and Alfred Collins? Man, they're massive. They're massive. Yep. But if they don't have their pad level right, are they really doing what you drafted them to do? So we'll see. There's a lot of pressure on Chris Kasarik to make Robert Saleh right on these guys.
I mean, he can take up space for what that's worth, right? Yeah. Take some double teams on. Maybe he'll figure it out. Still very early. But yeah, I think he doesn't seem to get a lot of leverage, put it that way, so far.
And there's Upton Stout, who was looking like the rookie of camp early on. Everyone was talking about him. Well, excuse me. I just went right past Nick Martin, who was looking like the worst rookie on the team for a while. Now he looks like the best rookie on the team. He is yoked. He is fast. He hits super hard. And it seems like he's figuring out the defense. So that's nice.
Yeah, man, we talked about him already. I think they got one in Nick Martin, so good pick.
Yeah, like I just said, my misgivings, maybe that's a strong word, about Robert Saleh with defensive linemen, drafting them essentially and scouting them. I have none with him in linebackers. I think he might be the best in the world at it. Like, seriously.
Yeah, Nick Martin. That one looks
That
like
was
a
supposed
hit
to be the
so
biggest
far.
reach in the draft, right? That one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not. They
it's
nailed it.
not.
Yeah,
Nailed
yeah.
it.
Nick Martin is a guy. I'm thrilled with that pick, and I'm not sure how much play he'll get as the third linebacker for the 49ers. Um, we'll see. Yeah, the Niners. I don't know. They don't play a lot of rookies unless they have to. This year, they're going to have to more so than other times, but definitely on special teams, he's a monster too. So the Nick Martin pick was great.
Upton Stout really showed a lot in camp. He showed it against the Broncos in the joint practice. I don't think he's a mirage. I think he's going to be really good. But the question with him is durability, injuries. With Jawan Jennings has a calf injury. I think that's pretty clear. Upton Stout has a calf injury, full stop. And it might even be an Achilles injury. That's one that I'm a little nervous about. He's a 5'8" dude. He's very muscled up. He's very maxed out. What's going on there? That's something to monitor for sure.
Yeah, he's a guy I've heard nothing but great things about. I haven't been able to see him just because I haven't been to camp, so I'm just watching these preseason games with everybody else. Really heard ton of great things about him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him eventually. So that's a TBD for me.
After him, CJ West, who really made a name for himself in the one-on-one drills at camp, but you got to take those with a grain of salt because that's not real football. And if you remember, Jason Poe once upon a time was dominating one-on-ones. Aaron Banks wasn't, but it turns out that Aaron Banks is actually a starting NFL guard, and Jason Poe is not an NFL player. So CJ West, stock up early on, but we never got to really. I mean, he had some moments in games. What did you see from CJ West? Now he's hurt.
Yeah, he has some moments. If I'm considering, Michael Williams, who I haven't seen, and Alfred Collins, who I have seen, and CJ West, if I'm considering all those guys that the 49ers got for the line, there's another one too that we should probably talk about. But I think CJ West looked promising. Nothing that was amazing, but he got some penetration. Pause. I mean, that's the best word to use. I thought was
It all
encouraging.
starts with
So
penetration.
it does all start there.
It all starts there.
We both started there.
We both
Also.
started there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The key to life.
So yeah, no, I'm a, CJ West to me. He looks okay. Yeah, he looks pretty good. I'm encouraged. Hopefully, he continues to develop.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the next Warren Sapp, but he does seem like what they wanted him to be. Then they drafted Jordan Watkins, who looked very explosive and promising for a rookie. I mean, he had the same rookie problems that all rookie wide receivers have in the Niners, not being exactly perfect with what Kyle Shanahan wants him to do, but he does seem like he can get open and make big plays.
More encouraging than Bergen, and we'll talk about him. More encouraging than Jacob Cowling was last year, I think. Again, just injury. Unfortunately, that seems to be the pattern here. Just messing things up. So we'll see. I don't think he's a wide receiver one or anything like that. And I don't think that's probably why they didn't get him for that reason either. But there's some positive things there. That the play with Mac Jones was great. So we'll see. Yeah.
And they took Jordan James, which, God, his offseason couldn't have been more frustrating and disappointing. He just kept getting injured, played in none of the preseason games, played in none of the joint practices. And now it's like, do you put him on the team? Do you trust him? And do you cut Jeff Wilson Jr. or do you put Jordan James on IR for the whole year and just try again next year? I mean, I have no idea what to make of Jordan James.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at all. So you have more of an idea than I do. Yeah,
I've seen him run around in 4 or 5 practices. I don't know if that's enough to make a team as a rookie when you really need running backs, but I guess we'll find out.
He'll make the team.
Marquise Siegel played nice. He's definitely making the team, and he looks like the latest starter the Niners drafted in round 5.
Yeah, Siegel is encouraging too. Both the rookie classes this year and last year, there's a lot of good players on there. This draft class, unfortunately, so much injury is.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? We're not going to know about these guys for a while. I mean, typically I like to give 2 to 3 years for rookies before you fully draft it. But I can't even really make comments on a lot of these guys because I just haven't seen them.
I feel like there's 2 ways you could go. You could go the grace route, which we're doing today. Boy, these guys all look promising, and there's so much potential in these 2 draft classes, and they could really be something someday. But I think another way to look at it is the way the Niners constructed their roster. It was supposed to. You have these stars who are in their 30s. They're here to win now. You're not really trying to win in 2027. You still kind of want to win now if you can. And the idea was to be competitive this year, they're going to need young players to play, stay healthy, and get better. And that seems to be an issue right now. A lot of these guys are hurt, which is, I think, like, just because they're young doesn't mean that they necessarily know what it takes or have what it takes to stay healthy week in and week out in the NFL. And I think that's kind of interesting. Like, the Niners got rid of Travarius Ward and Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa. They got rid of Talanoa. Funk is gone. Why? Well, because he had injuries and he's a little overpaid, right? And so you replace him with Malik Mustafa, who's hurt, Jair Brown, who's not good. Like, the replacements have some pressure to produce now, and they have the same issues that the older injury-prone players they replaced have as well.
Yeah, statistically, youth is more likely to be healthy than older players. So, but here's the thing: like, when you're a rookie, you come off of playing college, then you're training to get ready for the combine, then you're in training camp trying to prove yourself, and then you go through your first season, which is longer than any football season you've ever played in your life in the NFL. So, expecting these young rookies to stay healthy or get back and stay healthy throughout their entire rookie season is probably hopeful thinking, wishful thinking. I'm not sure if they can rely on that.
I agree. Brother Bob says D-line equals Bosa, and that's it. O-line equals Trenton, that's it. Yeah, that's kind of the Niners team. The running back room it was Christian, and that's it before they got Robinson. That's why that was an important trade.
Yeah.
Moody missed again. All right. Man, it's 10:48 in the morning. I can't take this.
I feel like we need to talk about Sebastian Valdez.
Ooh, let's talk about Sebastian Valdez. Yes.
Yeah. To me, he's one of the most encouraging defensive linemen that they got. And what is he, undrafted, right? Undrafted free agent?
He actually ended up having a better preseason than CJ West.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think like they got a steal with that guy possibly. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping he actually makes the team because I feel like if he doesn't, somebody's going to snatch him up. He looks solid. I think that's one of the surprises. Like this draft class, not even draft class, but this rookie class, because Corey Kiner, undrafted free agent, Sebastian Valdez, undrafted free agent. They both look pretty damn good, man. Like they should be on this team.
I agree. One more guy we didn't mention, and we probably should have mentioned him in the risers or at least with the second year guys. Undrafted free agent Tariq Owens caught a touchdown pass last night. He was schemed up. It was a crossing route against a linebacker, but he caught it and he scored a touchdown, 22-yarder. He's going to be on the practice squad. Is there anything there?
I would like to say yes, but I really can't. Honestly, I feel like it was great from a nostalgia standpoint watching him score a touchdown last night. I loved it. Got me hyped. But outside of that play, haven't seen a ton from him during this preseason. I think he's going to be a practice squad guy, and maybe he'll continue to develop. He's strong. He looks built. He's tall and built, and maybe he'll develop. I don't know. There's no star potential that jumped out about him, really. And in this particular wide receiver room with everybody gone and injured, if you can't really jump out in this situation, are you ever going to? I'm not sure.
Yeah. CJKO4 says, did you hear CJ West interview where he said he's going to destroy Gray's Able week 1? No. Did he? I didn't hear that. This brother Bob says, if Moody is our kicker to start the season, we not trying to win. Well, I wonder what the players on the team think. I wonder if they think the same thing.